What's shaking? Hey, I'm Rick Jordan. Today, we're going all in. A little while back, maybe about a year ago or so, I could be completely off on that time frame, by the way. Some of those things I just never remember. I did an episode on what a good man is. And there was 6 or 7 things that I gave what a good man is. And it was one of my favorite episodes that I ever did. Now, ladies, don't turn this off today because while I'm going to be speaking to men about men, this is also something for you to pick up on too, because maybe this is some way that you can encourage a man in your life on some of these things today, because these are some more of those. You might look at this as far as a sequel, but this isn't about being a good man. This is almost like just some ways for a man to improve things in his life and to be able to refine some of his qualities. These are things that need to be worked on almost every single day, whereas like before, it was like about somebody's character, right? A good man's character was what I was talking about in that previous episode. Today are things that men need to work on almost every single day of their lives in order to stay in a certain form to where you can contribute to society. You can be a great partner. You can be a great father. So today, this is going to be amazing because there's a couple things. It's really just 3 things. That's it. That we talked about being a good man before, and now it's about how to continue to grow as that good man. You already have the character. Now it's time to hone in some of those qualities that you can have in your life to be all of the things for yourself and for other people that you've always wanted to be. Now, there's a couple things that I'm going to talk about today, right? The first one, it's actually kind of like threefold, right? Because if you look at a man, right? A man who has a fit body, a calm mind, and a house full of love. These are all things that a man should have in his life, that a man should have as part of who he is, part of the core of his manhood and his masculinity is a fit body, a calm mind, and a house full of love. Right, what does that mean exactly? Is the fit body is pretty self-explanatory, and this does not mean a six-pack, right? I don't have a six-pack. However, I'm consistent in my fitness, and I'm always consistent in watching what I eat, even though I might have some sweets here and there. We've talked about that. That comes to moderation, which is another concept, but it's something that I'm always aware of and conscious of. So a fit body is something that you get through consistency. It's not just something that's given to you, although some people have some amazing genetics. I am completely envious of you, by the way. I wish I could just wake up and eat Krispy Kreme every day and be okay, but chances are those people who still are slim and do all that stuff, they might have some plaque in their arteries and die of a heart attack someday. Let's be real. That kind of stuff makes me laugh a little bit. But at the same time, a fit body, a calm mind, and a house full of love, these things a man cannot buy. Right? Men usually are always about producing and being providers, which is amazing. That's one of our roles that's in our life. Nothing to put down single women, single moms at all, because there's amazing things that you do. It blows my mind on how you're able to hold all that together, especially if you're a single mom. But typically speaking, a man has always been historically the provider in the family. And that's something that is like almost ingrained in our DNA. These are things a man cannot buy, is a fit body, a calm mind, or a house full of love. A man must earn these. As we talked about in that the prequel to this about the character of a good man, these things are things that a man has to earn. These 3 things are things you need to consistently work on and pursue for your entire life, because all of these things are momentary without consistency. All of these things are temporary without intention, which is a fit body, a calm mind, and a house full of love. Now, this whole topic here that I'm giving you is actually just one of the 3 things that I'm giving you today. But let's break these down a little bit, right? A fit body, it's easy, right? Easy with consistency. You get up at the same time every day. You work out for at least 30 minutes, at least 5 days a week. You watch what you put into your body. There's all these macro calculators. I'm telling you, there's more about fitness that's available out today that are very basic things than what there was even 10 years ago. It's a whole lot easier now because it used to be that knowledge was somewhat elusive. Now today, in this year, it is out there for you to have, and it's very simple. It is not rocket science. When I dropped so much weight, it was not rocket science. It was just you eat less than what you burn. That's all it is. So when you figure it out, right? If you're sitting and you're, let's say, a 175-pound dude, what you're supposed to be, multiply that times 10, and that's 1,750 calories. This is, in my opinion, an easy way to get there. Don't eat more than that, and you will lose weight, period. Whatever your target weight is, multiply that times 10, and that is the amount of calories that you should consume while you're trying to remove fat from your body. That's simple. You add exercise to it, you're still doing okay. You will actually burn faster, and even more so, you will build muscle mass, because if you only do a deficit diet, from what I have read and experienced myself, is that if you do a deficit diet, you will actually lose muscle mass, which is why you need to have some sort of muscle training as well. And there's very easy ways to do that. Google it. There's simple dumbbell exercises that you can do, because that's mostly all that I do, and it works phenomenally. It's amazing. A calm mind. This is something that requires you to be self-aware, and you might have to do some self-work on this, and even more so, this is something that you have to continue to. A calm mind is meaning not giving into distractions that are around you. Now, I'm not talking with entrepreneurs, you might be, but yeah, you're nuts, Rick, right? Well, hey, remember, I'm an entrepreneur too. Just in the shower every morning, I have 27 new ideas. That's not the calm mind that I'm talking about. I'm talking about emotionally calm, in a way that you can be aware and be stable and be grounded most of your day. There are things, emotions are validated by all means. There are things that will frustrate you, will anger you. Just because those are intense emotions, it does not mean that they are bad emotions. It has to do with what you do with them. And that's also having a calm mind. You can get both angry and have a calm mind. You can get pissed off at somebody and still have a calm mind. Because that calm mind is what you bring yourself back to baseline to be able to deal with the situation and make the choices that you need to make in order to move through that scenario. And when you have that, that's actually what leads you into a house full of love. It is impossible to bring love into your household if you're always filling your head with anger. Again, it's not bad, but if you allow it to set up camp there, if you always bring yourself to the point to where you just get triggered all the time and you're not doing those. We've been talking about gratitude a lot in the last couple of episodes. This is one thing that will help tremendously to make your house a house full of love. All of these things cannot be bought. A man has to earn these with consistency and intention. Now, the second thing I'm going to tell you, and you're going to love this one. You're absolutely going to love this one. This is actually a quote by Theodore Roosevelt, and I freaking love it, right? Maybe you're going through the motions in life. You're like, man, I wish I had better pay. This is to all the men out there. I wish I got paid more. I wish I just started my business. I wish I could get this business off the ground. I wish I could do all these things. But when you start to examine your life, and you're playing it too safe, there's no risks that are there because you're thinking, I need to have all my ducks in a row before I do this. I need to have, if you're going to start a business, I need to have $50,000 saved up before I start this. A lot of people will be like, hey, start your side hustle, right? And then you can build it up. Yeah, that might be strategic, but there is no gain when you risk nothing. And the concept here from Theodore Roosevelt is when you try to do it perfectly, you will always fail. And that failure is because you will never achieve what you want because you're trying to do it in the right way every single time. Theodore Roosevelt said the only man who never makes mistakes is the man who never does anything. What does that mean? We are meant to screw up. We are meant to fall on our face. We are meant to get bruised, to get battered, to get beat up by choices we make in our life when our intentions are good to go after something because we will always mess up and misstep. That's how we learn. Risk is the only way to gain everything that you want. You can still gain some, but if you risk nothing, you gain nothing. I love this. The only man who never makes mistakes is the man who never does anything. If you're thinking today, like, I wish I could do this, or things aren't taking off as much, what are you filling your life with? What are you doing day in and day out? Give yourself, if you're going to bars, or if you're playing so much golf, or if you're doing all these other things that are just like the safe going through the motions and not applying yourself into messing up. Do things that scare the crap out of you so that you screw up, you learn things, and then you can actually go after stuff, because big things are only obtainable by people that make big screw ups. You can't learn the big knowledge without the big mistakes. Let this year be the year of falling on your face, and watch what next year looks like. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. Now, throughout all this, you may think that things need to be accelerated, right? And you may think that, man, I made all of these mistakes, but I don't see movement forward. If you look back on it, you're going to. Because the third thing for you to work on today as a man is patience. A man who is a master of patience is a master of everything else. You have to understand, and this is allowing yourself to not be perfect, as we've been talking about this entire time. This is to allow yourself the freedom to mess up. So it's not just patience with everybody else. It's not what I'm talking about. The only way to have patience with everybody else is to first have patience with yourself. I hope you heard me on that, and that's why I paused. Because everyone out there, as a man, this is where it gets into ego. This is where it gets into being macho, is thinking that you have to have it all together all the time. You may feel sad on a day because something really bad happened. You're like, oh, I need to toughen up. That's not what you need to do. Be patient with yourself and recognize that those feelings are okay. And I'm not getting super soft and sappy on you today. It's just that everybody was meant to feel every single emotion. Whether you're a man or a woman, everybody was meant to feel every single emotion. They can do different things for a man versus a woman. They can be applied in different ways because we're just built differently. They can help push you in good directions, but they will look differently from a man versus a woman. The only way you can be patient with other people, maybe your kids are driving you crazy, right? You might have young kids and you're just like, man, I just don't have patience for them. That's probably because you don't have patience for yourself. The only way you can start to have patience for all the junk that exists in this world and everything that happens and be able to just shrug it off. You talk about being macho, right? To be able to just shrug it off and move on is to have patience. But that's the only way that you get patience, is to start recognizing that you have patience for yourself and work on having patience for yourself. If you screw up, if you miss a deadline, if you yell at somebody you love, be patient with yourself. And that looks like this. You can apologize to that person and say, I'll do better. And continuously working on it. And let them know, it's like, please be patient with me. I have to be patient with myself on this because I don't like the way that I just treated you. I will be patient with myself, and that's the only way I know that I'm going to do better, because I know I can't change overnight, but I am working on it and I am going to do better. I'm sorry, I love you. Please be patient with me. I am doing better. That hit your heart? I hope it does, because men are meant to have huge hearts. How do you think that we're able to support women and their emotions in a supportive way, to be able to be there for them and back them up, get their backs? You have to have a huge heart to do that. The only way you build it up in your life is having patience, and that's how you master it. But it's patience with yourself, because a man who is a master of patience is a master of everything else. Take this to heart today. I'm sure so many of you did. And then if you'd like to, go back and listen to the previous episode about a good man. Today's ways to hone in your manhood, not your character, because a good man has a specific character. Today is honing in your manhood with these 3 areas. I can't wait to hear what it does for you.